What up everybody, JV Outdoors here, and we are doing a TEMU camping trip. The rules are everything has to be from TEMU, and we'll get into it. So we're out by the river. We're gonna go off into the woods here just a little bit, so we're close enough to the river, but head off to the woods here and yeah, go into the woods, set up camp. Let's get it going. All right, never forget Genesis 9:3. Alright, this spot looks as good as any other place to set up camp. It's a pretty open up area here. So I said, this is all TEMU. Those rules, we set this up on Herbert T Outdoors. That's actually when I bought all this stuff. If you want to go check it out, I'll try to put a link to the live where I was there and I bought all this stuff right there on his live. It's Herbert T and Kincaid, and there's a couple other channels there I can't remember, but Herbert, Kincaid, I'll just tag you guys in this, and then whoever else you guys want to tag, go ahead and tag them. So yeah, we'll set up right here. This looks like a pretty good spot. The river's not that far of a walk. We can get to the river, so we got drinking water and stuff like that, pretty easy. So first TEMU product is this backpack. Now I'm not gonna put up, price. It was supposed to be under $100. The thing about TEMU is the prices change constantly on TEMU. Literally, you can buy something, go back an hour later, and the price has changed. I'm not even joking. So I'll put the picture of the product with the name, and you can look it up. But this is the backpack I got. It is a 90 liter, and as you can see, I'm a bigger guy. The belt fits with actually extra. I could loosen it up even a little more. I mean, it fits actually pretty good. So I'm gonna call this bag so far a win. It feels good. It's not too, it feels pretty good. Now I will say these fishing poles are not from TEMU. Tomorrow, I'm here for 2 nights, and tomorrow night I have a fishing competition with my buddy Eric. So yeah. So for right now, those are here, but that's not part of the competition. That's just because I have something else going on tomorrow. I got to be in a live tomorrow. So let's take off the backpack and get into what we got going on here. All right, first things first. We got this hatchet right here. Got this off of TEMU. It's got one of those little rubber. These things are pretty terrible. They're better than nothing. Better than nothing so you don't accidentally stab yourself. Now I'm not gonna lie, I sharpened it before I came out here. I didn't want to be out here. I'm more of I like an axe. I'm not a hatchet guy, but for this deal, I just went with a hatchet. Man, Hopefully it's good. I did sharpen it. It does feel sturdy, I'm not gonna lie. It feels sturdy, it feels pretty good. But they didn't glue the top. And there's gaps in there. So we're gonna see if this head falls off. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, they didn't glue the top. And there's gaps. We'll see. We'll see if the head falls off. Alright. Next. We got this knife here. It's not too bad, not too shabby. It's actually pretty heavy. I think it's full tang. The bottom butt is metal, and this is metal. I actually have no idea what kind of steel it is. Again, on TEMU though, even if it says it's a certain kind of steel, it's probably not. But I'm guessing it's some kind of stainless steel of some sort. I'm guessing it's some kind of stainless steel. I mean, if I had to put money on it, that's what it is. It does come with a little ferro rod. So we do have a fire starter, which is important. And I do like this. You can actually undo this. Undo this. The whole thing flops like that. It's kind of cool. You can hang it from a tree or something like that, and then just grab it as you need it. Hang it from your backpack for easy. Hang it downward, because it does sit in there nice and tight. It sits in there pretty good. You got to tug on it pretty good to get it to come off. So, not bad. It's not terrible. It's not. This knife, I'm going to say it's not the worst, but it's not the best. But probably what I paid for it. I don't even remember what I paid for it. I said I ordered this stuff forever ago. And with TEMU, they're usually pretty quick. But truthfully, the backpack took forever to get here. Took forever to get here. Alright, next we got a folding saw here. This one intrigued me. Probably most of everything I bought was this folding saw. I usually use the Coleman folding saw and it works pretty good. But this is the folding saw. It kind of, you go like this, and then yeah, and then you clip it down like that, and then you got a little saw, and it looks pretty toothy. Real lightweight. Yeah, we'll find out in a minute if it's worth a dang, but yeah, I mean, I like the way it folds up. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it just comes in this nice, I mean, for a compactable, this is a really nice compactable little folding saw. We'll see if it's worth a dang, but of course we're not going to be doing anything too crazy. We're not going to be trying to cut down trees or anything, but let's see if we can gather enough firewood with it. Alright, what else do we get? Oh, I will admit, I forgot water bottles. I forgot to buy water bottles, so I just grabbed a couple of ones I already had. They're cheap on Amazon that I already had in the house. I'm sure you can buy water bottles for like $1, if that, even on TEMU. So I just grabbed a couple of my own water bottles. I completely forgot about water bottles, so let's see what else we got here. This, actually, I didn't order this time. It's just a little cooking grate, but it's actually off of one of my older videos, my TEMU stove videos. And I'll put a link in the description down to that if you want to go check out my TEMU stoves. This is what I kept off of it. It's just a little grate, but it's perfect for little camping stove. Just set it on a couple of logs and you got a little camping stove. Let's see, what else? That's my coffee. I bring coffee. That was one of the rules. Bring your own food, stuff like that. Bring your own food, bring your own clothes. You didn't have to buy any of that off of TEMU, because frankly I don't want to eat food off TEMU. I did buy these, just little fire starters. You know what these are, little flat wood shaving things. You know, they speak for themselves. They actually work really good. But just little fire starters. Bought that off of TEMU. Let's get into the big bag. Let's get into the heart of it, the meat of it. This is just my food for the weekend. All it is ribeye steaks, bacon, and eggs. Ribeye steak, bacon, and eggs. Is there any other kind of food out there that you take camping? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure ribeye steak and eggs is about all you should take camping with you. Put this up here. Perfect spot for it. Hang it up in that tree. Alright. So, I ordered a cookware set. And the first order I got was this. This is not what I ordered. They sent me this. And it's just a couple of little pots. And that is not what I ordered. It did come with some silverware, but this is not what I ordered. It was 2 little pots that went on top of each other. I kept it anyhow. I figured, you know what, just more water storage. You can just store more water in it, because when you're boiling water all the time, it gets pretty tiresome sometimes. But, so, fail on TEMU, they sent me the wrong one first, but they did make it up to me. After I proved to them, this is the one I ordered and this is the one I wanted. They sent it out, and I actually got it before I came out on this camping trip, so they made it right, and they just let me keep the old one, so I got 2 for the price of 1, I guess. Again, this one came with some silverware, but it's just pot pans. It's got a little plate in there. You've seen these before. You can buy them on Amazon, you can buy them on eBay, but it's got a little coffee pot in there. It's got, you know, all the normal stuff. But, you know, when something works, why go any other direction? I mean, this stuff works. I've been using this type of gear for many years. I know it works, and they didn't really have much on TEMU that was otherwise any different. You know, sometimes what's already out there is pretty much as good as it's gonna get. And for a compact little cooking set, these things are usually the way to go. So I got this sleeping bag. Now, it's not a compressed one. I didn't like that. I didn't like it wasn't compressed, but it's a little thicker. I got it because it's still getting to be about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that is, Celsius, 2-3 degrees Celsius. I don't know. Y'all can do the math yourself. But so I got a little bit thicker one because, yeah, it's still supposed to be about 40 degrees. So that's my sleeping bag. And I bought a sleeping pad. This is a sleeping pad I bought. Don't know, I've never used one like this before. So this is a shot in the dark. I have no idea. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's comfortable. Hopefully it's big enough for me. I'm a big guy. So hopefully it's big enough. And then for my shelter, I just bought a tarp. Now, I didn't even check to see if this tarp was the size I ordered, but it looks like it. Yeah, it's taller than me. That's all that matters. It's taller than me, so I can figure out a shelter that'll fit me. If it's taller than me, that's the biggest thing. When you're buying a tarp, make sure the tarp is taller than you. It'll make it easier for building a shelter. What else? Now these I'm not too excited about. I bought these headlamps. It was actually 2 for 1. They feel very light, very cheap. I do have 2 of them in case one breaks. My camera has a light, so I'm not too worried about it. But these were my only light source. I might be scared. But thankfully I'm a YouTuber, so I have lights for my camera. Well, we'll try them. I mean, I said they're rechargeable and they're very light, very light. I'm not too excited about these. And the rest of it, I got some bandanas. I actually bought the most girly, feminine, gay bandanas I could get, you know, for filtering water, washing dishes, whatever. Just bought some the gayest looking bandanas I could find. And then I'm gonna take these fishing poles out of here. These out, set them against the tree for now. Water bottles out. I had not explained anything. Oh, got some paracord. Yeah. And actually, I bought this paracord. It's 100 feet, you know, paracord. But the tarp came with this cordage. It's not the greatest cordage, but it's extra cordage, so I'm not going to complain about it. So I got some extra cordage for free. I'm guessing, I don't know, 50 to 100 extra feet of cordage, so I won't complain. So I got my regular paracord and whatever this cordage is. Oh, won't complain about free stuff. Didn't know it came with it. I think that's everything. Pretty sure. I mean, yeah, that's everything. You don't need to see my butt wipes. Ducks. Quack, 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 quack. So, first things first, let's make a shelter. And we'll get that set up. Already got a problem. Look at that. The stitching is already coming undone in the backpack. Look at that. The stitching is already coming undone on the backpack. Never mind, this backpack, it's a fail. Fail. Already falling apart. Just got started. Alright, so what should I do first? Should I just do a lean-to? Lean-tos are probably the easiest. Yeah, I'll just do a lean-to. Clear up what's between these two trees right here. I'll clear up what's between these two trees right here. And I'll just run a cord between the two and do a lean-to between these two. Well, they got that big log in the way. Okay, so maybe I'll face it that way. I'll tie off there and I'll build a tripod here. And since I do have extra cordage, I'll build a tripod here and then tie off to the tree and the tripod. That could work. I don't know. I'll think about it. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, first things first, before we figure it out, clean up our area, get it prepped. I think I have a different plan, but first we gotta clean up the area. Stuff the stuff back in my backpack. Now I will say, you're gonna notice this little green bag here. Before people anything, this is my camera equipment, this is my battery packs, my lighting, all that stuff. Battery, there's nothing else in here, just that stuff. But people will complain, so I gotta explain it, because y'all know how YouTube is. People are always looking for a reason to complain. Alright, let's clean this up. I almost forgot to mention these cowboy boots. I bought these on TEMU too. I bought these cowboy boots on TEMU. I'm not gonna lie, they feel pretty comfy. Now again, are they gonna hold up? I don't know. But I think they were pretty cheap. I mean, obviously I'll flash it on the screen how much they were, but I don't know. We'll find out. Go cut some branches. We're gonna do a tripod. So, one of the problems of where I live, we have a lot of hardwood. Great for cooking and all that stuff. Bad for finding straight branches to build with. So, there's a lot of searching we're gonna have to do. I think we found some. Now, we had a flood last year, so a lot of this died last year. As you can see, it's a mess. So hopefully we can find some good enough that's tall enough we can make a shelter with. Let's get to her. And I'm going to come back for firewood. There we go. That's 3 that'll work. Now 3 more. This, I'm going to come back to this later for firewood. These ones are all too short. Fire 3 more about that size. So I'm not gonna lie, the saw is not the greatest, but we got 6. So we're gonna come back to that 1 log for firewood later, but let's go build our shelter. Alrighty, let's get our shelter built. So for this, we're going to need some cordage, and we're going to make a couple tripods. Then I'll probably cut just a long branch, run it between the tripods, hang my tarp on it, call it a lean-to. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. So pretty much how this works, we got cordage, knife, and our logs. So we need 3 of them right away, so let's toss 3 to the side. Oh, I broke this one. Well, I guess it's firewood later. Alright, never mind, I'll be right back. Well, we'll tie one together. I'll just do that real quick and then I'll come back later. So the biggest part is you want the bottoms to be at the same length. Make sure your bottoms are at the same length. The rest of it's alright. So you want your bottoms at the same length, okay? So we got the bottoms at the same length. So we're going to take our paracord they always wrap these things funny. Here we go. We got extra cordage, so I'm going to take a little more than I normally would. We'll make sure we have good, strong foundation. But it's a good thing that one broke. If it wasn't broke, I would have put a piece of crap on here. Alright. So what we're going to do is going to tie a knot like that. We're going to tie another knot below it, but we're not going to close it. We're going to tie another knot below it, but we're not going to close it. We're going to go about right here. I'm going to pull that knot through here. Cinch it down. Alright, and then the idea is going to weave it. Go up, over, up, over, up, over. Go up, over. Pull it tight. Go underneath. Over. Make sure you keep pulling it tight as you do it. Don't want this loose. Perfect. Alright. Then after you got it a couple times, take it, tie it off. Just a square knot. There we go. Then See? Just like that. Now play with it until you get them sit kind of like that. I want these two I like to push them down into the ground a little bit, but make sure it can hold your weight. Can. Good enough. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta cut another branch. There we go. Got both those set up. Now, you want to make sure there's enough space if you're laying in between them. You're completely covered. Just make sure you space them out enough that there's enough space for you to lay down. This thing is just lay down. Oh yeah, plenty of space. Plenty of space. I'll tighten this one up just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Perfect. I like how it's got an orange side on it. That way if it was a survival situation, you're trying to get somebody's attention, put the orange side up. Alright, so we gotta cut a log that'll fit from there to there. Let's go cut another log. We gotta use that crappy saw one more time. Alright, so this one might be tricky. We gotta find one stick strong enough and long enough to run between the two and straight enough. That's the hard one. Straight enough. Finding one straight enough. get the job done. Let's go. There we go. That looks pretty sweet. Bring it up a little bit. Don't want any nubs putting holes in our tarp. Perfection. Alright, there's shelter. Whew. Alright, we got shelter built. Let's get our stuff underneath it, get our bedding underneath, and we can work on a fire pit. Whew. Alright, we got a new battery in, but yeah, shelter's up. Ready to go. Put our sleep gear in there. I'm thirsty though. Yeah, so we got to get this going. I got to get a fire pit going so I can start boiling water, because I only brought 2 bottles of water. And once they're empty, I'm out of luck. First, let's put down our new sleeping pad. Double check, make sure there ain't nothing pokey in here. Nothing worse than getting a new sleeping pad and putting a hole in it right away. I don't think these sticks would have made any difference, but we'll get them out in here. It does come with a couple patches. So if we need to, we can patch it. It's got 6 patches on here, so that's something. This has got buttons on them. So you can put 2 of them together. That's the only way to blow it up. There it is. Oh, I see. That. I like these because the air won't come out. You can blow up, take a break, and then go back to blowing up. Perfect. Pretty sweet, actually. It might be a little short for me. I don't know. It said it was 6 feet, but I don't know if it's exactly 6 feet tall. I'm not quite sure if it's 6 feet, but if my feet hang off of the edge, I'm not too worried about it. Oh, alright. Let's check out this sleeping bag. check it out. Yeah, it fits. Oh, that feels pretty good actually. That feels pretty good actually. I can do this. Yes, sir, I can do this. Oh, that'll be all right. That will be all right. But no time for being lazy right now. Now we got to get a fire pit going. So we'll build that out here. Back to cutting logs. Yay, cutting logs. I told you this was gonna happen. It came off. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. Cheap TEMU crap. See if I can fix it. I have no glue, so I can't do that. Yeah, hopefully it'll stay. There's still big gaps in there. Cheap TEMU crap. I actually had high hopes for this hatchet too. It's got a heavy head on it. But why didn't they glue it in? Did they even put a spacer in there? Looks like they split it and then put the spacer in there. Wow. Wow! I don't even have a wedge I can put in there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe there's not a wedge in here. This is gonna be a long weekend. This is gonna be a long weekend. Now I'm afraid to hammer too hard. I want the damn thing to come flying off and hit me in the head. This is why we have the tariffs that we're doing. China's selling us crap like this. I need one more log. I'll be right back. I gotta go find one more log. I don't feel like bringing the camera with me. I'm having a bad day right now. That should be tall enough. It's not quite perfect. Good enough. For the type of day I'm having right now, good enough. Oh. The knife's pretty good, but I haven't really done a whole lot of work with it. We'll try splitting some wood with it later. But the knife feels good. The knife is heavy. That axe probably, that hatchet would probably be alright if they would have put it together right. I'm at a loss for words why they did that. Makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. I'm not too sure about this, but I can't hammer it down too hard. I'm afraid my axe is going to smack me in the face. Let's go find a big log. Where did this go from? Well, it'll do good enough for the 2 days I'm out here. It'll work. It'll work. Alright. Now to cut firewood with my crappy saw. That should be fun. That should be fun. No, that's not sarcasm you hear in my voice. I'm super excited about it. Believe me? Do you believe me? I don't believe me. I don't believe me. I had some real equipment. It'd be a pretty nice setup. Alright, so we're going to make our fire pit here. Obviously you want to get everything green, brown, as much as you possibly can out of here. Now the one thing this hatchet's going to be good for is to make my fire pit. So I'm going to go from this inside of this to inside of this. I'm just going to kind of, you don't need a deep hole. I just like a little bit. Just to kind of help keep everything, keep my fire pit kind of in place. Break up the ground. Take it, push it up against the logs. Look at that. Finding worms, I can go fishing later. Worm! Alright, now let's go cut firewood. This is not going to be fun. I think it just broke. pretty sure it just broke. It just broke. It literally just broke. I don't know how the hell. Oh my gosh. Saw just broke. I'm without a saw now. I'm without a hatchet. All I got is a knife. So now, pretty much, I'm gonna have to make all my firewood this weekend. The stuff I can break with my hands. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a rough weekend. Oh, I am so seriously thinking about going home. Just run home, get some good equipment, and come back. But that's the challenge, is to make it on this TEMU stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. This is rough. Alright, so even though we're having a bunch of troubles, let's get a fire going. Because that I do need. I broke a bunch of sticks over here. It ain't going to be nearly enough. Because I can't cut any good fire logs. I'll have to keep breaking sticks all night pretty much. But I can tell you this much. I'm going home tomorrow. I'm not staying here for 2 days. This is nuts. These should work. These are just fat wood shavings. That's what it is. Fat wood shaving thing. I've used these things a million times. Very reliable. Not worried about these not working. See how good this ferro rod is on this knife. Oh. Looks like it's got a little spot. It kind of. Spark. Had a spark. Break it up a little bit more. I don't want to break it up too much. Almost had it. Almost had it. Got it! Got it! But I said that I wasn't too worried about. I've used those things a million times. They always work. They always work. I'm used to using a longer ferro rod so I can get more of a spark out of it, but you know what? It's good to know that you can use the little guys too. It's good to know you can use the little guys too. Alright, we're getting somewhere. We got a fire. I've had a rough start to this. Said I'm only staying for one day. There's no way. No way I'm staying for 2 days with this nonsense going on. Oh. Now we'll just build up the fire a little bit, and then we'll go get some water. Get that a boiling. First we got to build up a little bit of coals, so I got to burn up some wood a little bit. Get some coal bed going. Oh. Let's go fill up some water. let's make some coffee. That'll make me in a better mood. There we go. Get some coffee going. That'll put me in a better mood. Even though I did realize I forgot a coffee cup. But the one cook set came with the one they were supposed to send me came with a little tiny cup. But you know what? It'll work. I can put coffee in it. It'll work. I'm not gonna get angry about it. There's much more stuff here I can get angry about than that. So we're gonna get some coffee brewing, and I think after we get some coffee brewing, we'll go down to the shore, dig up some worms, and see if we just can't catch some fish for fun. I'm not catching fish to eat, but we'll catch some fish for fun because, frankly, after the way this is going, I need to have some fun. But I'll get back to you then. Alright. Alright, everybody. So, we've had a rough beginning to this, so we're going to try to have a little fun now. We're down here at the river. We're going to try to catch some fish. I broke off a couple Y branches to use the stands. All I got is some corn for bait, so just catch some carp, but I don't care. Catch anything, I'll be happy. We got some coffee, catch some fish. I got my Bible here, so we'll sit here, read the Bible, try to catch some fish. And gosh, let's try to catch some fish. It's a little windy, but it is supposed to die down here soon. Oh yeah. First fish. There we go. We're not getting skunked. Yeah. Mwah. First fish. Decent size. Not horribly big, not horribly small. We'll take it. Ah! Back in the water with me. Back in the water with him. Alright, let's catch another one. Now that they're biting. Fish on. Hey, fish on. This is a good one. This is a good one. Oh, he got off. He got off. Bait stealer. Caught a tree fish. I caught a tree fish. Look at that tree fish. That's a nice one. That's a nice tree fish. It was a nice tree fish. Look at it. That's a good tree fish. Know what I'm having for dinner? Cook this baby up. I missed him. I missed him. Got him. Oh, I got him that time. He ain't stealing from me. Boy. I got him. I got him. Enough of you stealing from me. There we go. Woohoo! Fish number 2. Mwah. Got him. Got him. That's a good one too. Oh, that's a good one. Don't grab me with that stick. Bringing that whole stick in. Get this fish, he just washed. Ah! He got saved by a stick. got saved by the stick. Oh. Oh, I'll probably catch a fish while I'm gone. I'll steal my bait. Alright, camera. Do it. Say hello, honey. What did I do? There we go. There you are. Oh, alright. We are back at it. Get the fire going again. I'm going to show you a little trick. This is my boiled water from earlier. Little trick to refill your water bottle. Do this again, and you double.
You may have been making a little list and saying, that's not, I'm not that one, not that one, I'm not that one, I'm not that one. Well, now here's another group.
Double filter.
Look, if you will, in Matthew 27, verse 36. And sitting down, they watched him there. Now, who is that? This speaks of the general crowd. They're not outwardly fighting Jesus. They are onlookers. They're looking at Jesus, not looking unto Jesus. Oh, they may have had some sentimental thought. In the other gospel, Luke says they smote their chest. Look at that. But they never lined up with Jesus. You see, it takes more than a sentimental gesture to save a soul. It takes more than a crocodile tear at his suffering to save a soul. Here are these people who are simply observing, sitting down, they watched him there. Church attendance.
Now we got another bottle of water.
Sunday morning form.
And it's double cleaned.
Complacency. Crucified Jesus. How sad it would be. How sad it would be for you to come this morning, hear this music on the cross, to hear the Word of God from this blessed book, and just simply say, oh, yes, that is sad indeed. Let me tell you seventhly what crucified the Lord Jesus Christ. We're talking about who crucified Jesus, and we're talking about what was in the who that caused it. Cynical skepticism crucified the Lord Jesus Christ. Now notice in verses 39 and following, and they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads and saying,
should I make more coffee?
Destroys the temple and building.
Yeah, I think I should.
Save thyself if thou be the Son of God. Come down from the cross. Likewise also the chief priest mocking him with the scribes and the elders said.
Yeah, I might just use the frying pan is my plate because nothing else is going to be big enough for this steak. The plate they gave me is so tiny. Of course, the frying pan's not much bigger, but it is bigger. I think I can fit at least, maybe if I cut the steak in half, I can fit it in there. Because this is the size of my plate. It's so tiny. Frying pan's at least a little bigger. Oh, yeah, we'll try. Alright, let's get a steak on. We got a nice bed of hot coals there. I'm starving. I'm gonna get a steak going. We got a nice ribeye here. I'm a hungry man. Now I actually got this Texas rub. I've never tried it before. It smells good. I bought it at Ace on sale. It smells good. We're gonna try it out. We're gonna try it out. Oh, ooh, smoky. The wind's finally dying down. It's supposed to die down hours ago. It didn't. It finally is now. Had a feeling that was going to happen. Trying to get it away from that flame. I don't know if I'm doing a great job. We'll put the seasoning on there. It smells pretty good, so hopefully it tastes good. We're gonna find out, that's for sure. Nothing like a good juicy steak cooked over hot coals, though. What dreams are made out of. I got this little pouch of silverware. Don't think it's gonna be the greatest stuff ever, but we're gonna make it work. Yeah, look at this fork. This fork is, well, at least it clips into place. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be tasty. Oh. Alright, dinner's almost done. We got fresh coffee. We got steak on the fire. The wind finally died down. I'm hot. Baba's there, being a meter test like always. With a mouthful of bread. Me with my tiny cup because I forgot to bring a coffee cup. So I have my tiny cup because I forgot to bring a coffee cup. So I have to use this.
At least you didn't forget the cream.
So, but I have to use a tiny cup. Fresh hot coffee.
Jerry, I will go home now. Please.
You're going home already? Work just started. Alright, and our frying pan plate, because I forgot to bring plate. And my fork that's not strong enough to hold a steak. There we are. Dinner is served.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye! Garbage. Amen. Amen. I can't even. There we go. Oh, let's eat. I am so hungry. I have had
You
some.
already prayed, honey?
Of course, I already prayed. I always pray. Oh, that is so good. I needed that so much.
You deserve a steak.
After the day I've had, I deserve many steaks. Oh look, my TEMU fork already fell apart. Imagine that.
As long as the rivers that I see, I'll never get over you.
Oh. Alright everybody, I'm gonna eat dinner. I'll get back with you guys later. There we go.
Not like with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign.
That's Baba singing, everybody.
Hi.
But
I didn't know that you're recording though.
alright everybody, pretty much I'm full. I got coffee in me. We got a nice fire going. I just broke up a bunch of firewood. Again, since I don't have a saw or an axe, I had to break it all. Little hint to everybody. If you don't have a saw or an axe, find a tree that has a Y in it. And then just put the bigger logs in there and just push and break them. And works pretty good. I mean, obviously you can't do giant logs, but you can get bigger than just twigs. And you can break some bigger branches. But yeah, I'm going to talk to Baba for a little bit. And then I'll probably turn on some preaching and fall asleep as the sun goes down. Because I've been up since 4 this morning. I'm tired. And
You are so tired. You're so cool today.
she's so pretty. Look at her.
Good comment.
She's so pretty. Santa,
Yeah,
aw.
good comment.
I wish I was that pretty.
I wish I would be that some.
Alright, everybody. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the morning. I said I'm packing up first thing in the morning. I am not doing this for another day. Without having a saw, without having an axe. I said my backpack's already falling apart. Yeah, this is just not fun. This TEMU camping trip is not fun. And I said, I know I'm dedicating this one to Tam. So, Tam, I'm sorry that this is your video, but your husband brought it on. So, blame Eric. It's Eric's fault. And everybody agrees it's Eric's fault. Alright, but I'll see y'all in the morning. Never forget, Genesis 9:3. Peace. Good morning, everybody. It is a little after 5. Oh, and it is 29 degrees out right now, which is, I don't know what it is in Celsius, like -1, something like that. Yeah, I think -1. Oh, so I slept pretty decent, but I'm gonna say I'm taking off today. I've had enough of this trip. This was not fun. Backpack's falling apart. Hatchet broke. Saw broke. I will say the sleeping pad's not too shabby. I'm probably going to keep the sleeping pad around. The sleeping pad was pretty good. I was pretty comfy on it. Yeah. So as far as this TEMU stuff goes, obviously the pots and pans were fine. I mean, they sent me the wrong ones at first, but I mean, I've used those types of pots and pans many times. They always work just fine. They are what they are. They work. Sleeping bag's alright. It's just a sleeping bag. I was pretty warm, but I had a fire going all night, so I kept myself pretty warm. I got the fire, you know, obviously this close to me, sleeping next to it. Long fire. Nice, warm, and toasty. The only reason I woke up is a bunch of coyotes were going off a little bit ago. It woke me up. But, pretty much, truthfully, as far as this TEMU stuff goes, maybe get your, like I said, like pots and pans. So the sleeping pad's pretty good. The knife was actually pretty good. That knife was pretty decent. I wasn't sad about the knife. The knife was pretty nice. It felt good. It was pretty heavy. Yeah, the rest of this job, I mean, spend a little extra money. That's all I'm going to say. Spend a little extra money. You can get Fiskars, saws, and axes, other brands. You'll spend a little bit more money, but you'll just get such better quality. Such better quality. I mean, Coleman. I mean, my Coleman saw, Coleman axes, they're not that expensive. There's an owl. Oh! But, yeah. Just spend a little extra money and you'll get way better products. Backpack was, you know, I would have been better off with an Amazon Basics than I was with that thing. It's already falling apart. First day used, and it's ripping. That just shows how bad the stitching is in it. Oh. Alright. Now, I'm not even going to cook breakfast or anything. As soon as the sun comes up, I am packing up and I am heading out here. We'll just call this the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Doesn't really matter, but you don't have to like and subscribe. I really don't care. Never forget Genesis 9:3. Peace. Catch y'all in the next video.